Good day, class. I hope you're all having a wonderful summer. So today's presentation will be about the effects of smoking on lung cancer in Ontario, Canada, which is where I live. So this is an image of a patient who unfortunately has been affected with lung cancer. So as we can see, his lungs have gone black. So this is a report to my community coalition in discussing the negative health impacts of smoking, which is affecting lung cancer rates in Ontario, Canada. So Ontario is a province in east central Canada that borders the US at Buffalo near Niagara Falls. So I live in Toronto, in Ontario, which is about 2 hours away from Niagara Falls. So those who know where this is, you know exactly what I'm talking about, for those who have visited. Okay, so as far as demographics are concerned, in Canada's multicultural society, the median age in Ontario is 40 years and the life expectancy is 79 years for men and 84 for women. So the number of new cases of lung cancer are the highest for Ontario, unfortunately, which is 10,600 new cases per year. So this equally affects males and females at a rate of 5,300 each. So in Ontario and Quebec, unfortunately, Ontario and Quebec have the highest mortality rates in Canada each year from lung cancer. So with regards to the behavioral risk factors of lung cancer, there is a strong link between lung cancer and smoking, and it can be said that smoking causes lung cancer. Therefore, community involvement is crucial in order to change health behavior. With regards to tobacco-related environmental and behavioral pathways, teen abstinence from smoking and regulations, in addition to laws against indoor smoking, resulted in reduced tobacco-induced disease. So a smoking paradox exists between different ethnic groups. In a study, for example, Asians smoke less cigarettes per day on average compared to Western countries, typically older age at smoking initiation, and as well smoking lighter brands. So these behavioral factors resulted in the smoking paradox, and it had nothing to do with being Asian. So in terms of environmental risk factors, cigarette smoke can travel through the air and is then inhaled as secondhand smoke by someone in close proximity, and this is particularly dangerous to the health, which can cause initial symptoms such as coughing and trouble breathing. So in terms of the psychological and cognitive impact of smoking, cigarettes are addictive due to their nicotine and withdrawal symptoms, which may be unbearable for some and hence making it almost impossible to quit smoking. Therefore, it is crucial that we have interventions for smokers to quit smoking so as to reduce their chances of developing lung cancer. So since smoking is a modifiable determinant of health, meaning an individual behavior that can be changed, efforts are being made to prevent and or quit smoking as the target of the intervention. So as far as technological applications are concerned, they are somewhat useful in decreasing smoking rates in Ontario, as seen in the Quit for Baby intervention group. So the results indicated that the intervention had a limited success rate during the early and late pregnancy period, but not during postpartum. So the Quit for Baby program is commonly used in the United States, and I would still recommend the use of this application for my community in Ontario, Canada, since some success during pregnancy to protect fetal health is better than no success. So the majority of people have mobile phones, and whether they come from upper or lower class families, and people check their phones very regularly, so this should be beneficial. Nevertheless, in another text messaging smoking cessation study, smoking rates were reduced amongst females in the smoking intervention group versus the control group. So theory relates to modifying health behaviors in that it allows the perception of that behavior to be changed so as to change the determinant that is causing the negative health effect. Behavioral factors affect lung cancer rates. Knowing the cause first is the first step to finding a solution. So as a public health professional, it would be important to create public awareness about the harmful effects of smoking early in school years so that smoking initiation rates decrease. Nevertheless, opening more smoking cessation program centers can also be beneficial. Theory is an important concept to health promotion to aid in changing specific behaviors to improve health. So the theory of planned behavior is used to change the theoretical construct perceived behavior control in my intervention to reduce smoking rates. So here, as we can see, there are two performance objectives, and these are the change objectives. So for the first performance objective, the objective is to get women to quit smoking 6 months before they plan to conceive. So the attitude towards the behavior is that they should express a positive attitude towards attending weekly lectures discussing the negative impact of smoking and that she should not smoke during pregnancy. So as far as the subjective norm is concerned, they should express a belief that others whose opinion is important to them, such as their family, their brothers, their sisters, their spouses, their close friends, believe that they should attend these weekly lectures and that she should quit smoking. So as far as the perceived behavior control is concerned, express confidence that they can attend weekly lectures about the negative impact of smoking and that they can quit smoking 6 months prior to planning to conceive. So what I expect from participants to do is that to impact this change is that participants will be advised to attend weekly lectures made by a nurse discussing the negative health effects of smoking during pregnancy. Incentives will be provided so that the attendance is increased. So how will I measure this change? So every week participants will be asked to fill out a short feedback form stating how many cigarettes they smoked during the previous week and ask them for their feedback about what they found easy or difficult. So the chances are that they will provide the right feedback and that they'll be honest about this because they want to make a change. So counseling will also be provided. So as far as the second objective is concerned, the objective is to get high school students to quit smoking. High school students must express a positive attitude towards attending weekly lectures discussing the negative outcomes of smoking and that they should quit smoking. So obviously, in order for us to see that change, these students should want that change. So they should also express the belief that others whose opinion is important to them also want them to attend these weekly lectures, and also must express confidence that they can attend these weekly lectures and that they can quit smoking. So participants will be asked to attend these weekly voluntary lectures made by a nurse. Incentives will again be provided. And how I will measure this change is that every week participants will be asked to fill out a short feedback form stating how many cigarettes they smoked during the previous week and ask them for their feedback about what they found easy or difficult. So to achieve the change objective listed in the above table, theory-based models include modeling, guided practice with feedback, and reinforcement. So for the first performance objective, the aim is to get women to quit smoking, as we said, 6 months before they plan to conceive. So for the second performance objective, the aim is to get high school students to quit smoking. So one of the methods I would also use is modeling, where I would get students to role play a situation where they are expected to refrain from peer pressure. So therefore, if we increase education through both never smokers in adolescence and cessation programs for smokers, this can reduce the rate of smoking and thereby reduce mortality. So in conclusion, the theory of planned behavior is a technique that is used to change the determinant smoking to decrease lung cancer rates in Ontario, Canada. And the thing is that interventions have been made to reduce secondhand smoking in public places, but we should also create more interventions to reduce secondhand smoking inside one's own home. Because, for example, if there's a baby in the home, then babies need to be protected, right? They can't protect themselves. So as public health professionals, we need to up our game in this regard. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation and have a wonderful day.